Hey everyone, welcome back to Labor With, where we break down the smartest moves in music marketing and show you exactly how artists are winning in today's industry. Now, here's something most people completely missed. While the industry was chasing viral TikTok hits and algorithm hacks, Noah Kahan quietly built one of the most powerful fan ecosystems in modern music. No massive controversy, no gimmicks, no overnight virality, and yet he just sold out stadiums. This is the blueprint behind the Great Divide because Noah Kahan didn't just drop an album, he engineered a full-scale transition from indie folk artist to global stadium act, and somehow kept his authenticity intact. Today we're breaking down the exact strategy, the Grammy takeover with Mastercard, the Netflix emotional priming play, Spotify's immersive fan experiences, and one of the most important ticketing strategies we've seen in years. If you're an artist, a label, or building anything in music, this is one you need to study. Let's get into it. Noah Kahan turned a commercial into a cultural moment. Noah didn't just release a song, he hijacked one of the biggest stages in music. Let's start with the opening move, because this is where the entire campaign sets its tone. When The Great Divide dropped, it wasn't just another single release. The real moment happened during the Grammy Awards. Through a partnership with Mastercard, Noah premiered the music video in what looked like a commercial slot. But it wasn't a commercial, it was a full cinematic experience broadcast to millions. And this matters because most artists fight for attention inside platforms. Noah stepped outside the platforms entirely and inserted himself into a cultural broadcast moment. That's a completely different level of reach, but here's where it gets smart. They didn't just aim for views, they engineered behavior. The Hidden in the Great Divide campaign turned the video into a puzzle. Fans had to find hidden clues to unlock access to an exclusive listening event. Now think about what that does. It forces repeat viewing. It increases watch time. It activates fan communities. This is algorithm strategy disguised as storytelling. And instead of saying, go stream the song, they gave fans a reason to obsess over it. That's the difference between promotion and participation. Noah Kahan made fans care before the album dropped. Noah didn't sell an album, he sold the story behind it, because 11 days before the release, he made a move most artists overlook completely. He dropped a Netflix documentary. Now, this wasn't random content, this was strategic emotional planning. The documentary showed the pressure, the mental health struggles, the transition from indie success to overwhelming fame, and that changes everything. Because now, when the album drops, fans aren't just hearing songs, they understand where they came from. This is what we call narrative equity. You build emotional investment before the product even exists. And Netflix adds another layer. You're not just reaching your fans, you're reaching an entirely new audience that may have never streamed your music before. So by the time The Great Divide arrives, the audience is already emotionally aligned, and when people care, they convert. Streams, tickets, merch, all of it becomes easier. Noah Kahan solved the biggest problem in modern touring. Noah became a stadium artist without losing intimacy, and this is one of the hardest problems in music right now because scaling usually kills connection, but the Spotify event at Pioneer Works solved that perfectly. Instead of going bigger, they went closer. A 360 stage, only a few hundred fans, eye-level interaction. Everything about the design reinforced intimacy, and here's the strategy behind it. Those few hundred fans become content machines. They capture authentic, emotional, close-up moments and then distribute them to millions. So instead of polished distant stadium content, the internet sees proximity. It feels real, it feels personal. That's how you scale authenticity. Not by reaching everyone directly, but by making a small group feel something deeply enough that they share it for you. That's modern word of mouth. Noah Kahan fixed ticketing and fans rewarded him for it. Noah did something most artists are too afraid to do. He made buying tickets harder, and it worked because instead of optimizing for speed and volume, he optimized for fairness. Using face value exchange, tickets couldn't be resold for profit, and with identity verification, bots were blocked from the process. Now, this creates friction, but here's a psychology shift. Fans feel protected, they feel prioritized, and that builds something way more valuable than convenience. It builds trust. In an industry where fans constantly feel exploited by resale markets, this becomes a competitive advantage, and the result, sold out stadiums, record breaking runs, and more importantly, long term loyalty because fans remember who made things fair. So, what can artists and labels actually take from this? First, build participation, not just promotion. Give fans something to do, not just something to watch. Second, sell the story before the product. If people care first, everything else converts easier. Third, scale intimacy, not distance. Your biggest growth lever is emotional connection, not reach. Fourth, trust is a strategy. Fair systems outperform fast systems long term. And finally, you don't need to choose between authenticity and scale. If the strategy is right, you can have both. Noah Kahan didn't just release an album. With The Great Divide, he built a system where fans feel involved, protected, and emotionally connected. And that's why this rollout didn't just succeed, it sustained. Now I want to hear from you which part of this strategy stood out the most: the Grammy takeover, the Netflix stock, or the ticketing move? Drop it in our comments. If you want more breakdowns like this, real strategies, real case studies, make sure you subscribe to Labor Grid because this is where music marketing actually gets decoded. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!